Hi everyone, it's so good to see you here again. Are you following me or something? Are you stalking me? You're stalking me, aren't you? Anyway, we're here talking about another fragrance that was back in the Khadlaj collection, Empire collection. This time around, this is actually not a fragrance that I had tried. This was a total blind buy. Do not do that. Do not do that. Be better than me. And I got Regent. Now, Empire, this is Regent. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I do have a cap for it, but as usual, I lost it while I was moving all the fragrances here for the review. And let me tell you something. So this really opens up with some bergamot and some saffron. And then you have some rose, some patchouli, and lavender. And then you have some musk, some cashmere, some caramel, some sandalwood, some cedarwood, some leather, and some nutmeg, right? This is very much a floral, spicy fragrance, I find. The bergamot is the first thing you smell, and a bit of the saffron, but the minute they land is as soon as they leave. Like, I really mean that, because the middle notes begin to come out, and the biggest pungent note here is the rose. The patchouli is literally not even there. It's almost just giving it like that greenness rather than giving it like that typical patchouli punch, which some people really hate. I don't mind sometimes. And then you have some lavender. The lavender is pretty cool. Like, it's that normal soapy lavender. Like, there's no way of escaping it. Like, it's honestly tangoing with the rose. The way they do the rose and the lavender here is almost as similar as they do it in the King, the Prestige King fragrance, if I'm not wrong. And then you have the musk and the cashmere, some caramel. I can't smell any musk. I can smell a little bit of the cashmere. Yeah, you can smell a little bit of that, but the biggest notes here are the nutmeg, the leather. You can smell the leather. And a little bit of the caramel. The caramel is almost giving it like a smooth and sweetened caramel type vibe, but it's not center. Remember, like, this fragrance is really like a heavy floral and a woody fragrance actually, and almost herbaceous. So you're almost like taking the woods in here and then the flowers, and then you're adding a bit of nutmeg. I definitely think there's more spices to this and more herbs. And definitely it's not just a patchouli that's giving that smell. They normally just write something random like green notes and things like this, but you really get that kind of vibe. Because of that, this fragrance is very, very unisex, I find, but it could lean masculine if you're thinking like woods and green notes. But I definitely do think it does kind of, tread the balance before it gets to, man of the woods, cologne type vibe. It definitely is like middle, quite, it could come off real demure, real settled. This is the kind of fragrance that you could really amp up the florals if you really, really want it. It's more of a grounded floral fragrance, if that makes any sense. It really feels like you've entered the woods and it's wet. And it's not fall, but it's kind of wet or early spring. Everything is kind of living and you can really smell the flowers and everything, but you're still deep in the woods with like really, really tall trees and filled with greenery. I hope that really like puts an image in your mind of what you're playing with here. Now, King was a lot more masculine leaning. Definitely this is not, but what they really take into inspiration is that same rose and lavender vibe, and they also the way the woods is paired up with that. That one also is herbaceous, but they totally kind of took it more citrusy and a little bit lighter, while this is really dense. Like, you could actually wear this year round. You could actually wear this in winter, whereas I feel like for King it's a little bit harder. But this is a definite love. For some reason, I definitely feel like it has some oud in here. I mean, there are they have two types of wood in here, but it does kind of feel like it has a little bit of dry oud type vibe. Sorry, I'm sat beside the radiator and the radiator is warm, and my back is getting hot, so that's why I keep scratching it. But at the same time, I don't want to be too far away from it because I kind of love the heat, like that little tango dance. But anyway, who do I feel like this is more suitable for? Someone real mature and kind of certain in themselves, for sure. I feel like definitely if you like masculine leaning fragrances, this could be an easy blind buy for you. But if you don't, this would definitely be a second thought. And especially if you don't like rosewood fragrances, it makes me think of how Dior does a lot of their not rose, but just their floral and woody fragrances. I think they call them shipper. I never know how to pronounce that, but it's in that family of cheaper type fragrances. Anyways, that's definitely where the family of this fragrance is. It's not a gourmand. It's kind of a floral fragrance. It makes me think of like Gris Dior, like how it's constructed, but they're not the same or even equally as well blended. This definitely is not as well blended as those other fragrances. I actually see the potential of this being really paired beautifully with Bulgari Tiger, or if you have any renditions of that fragrance like Empire Crown, Empire Empress, or anything like that, the Prestige Empress, that could kind of work. That would definitely work. I can see that working really, really well with this fragrance. Yeah, let me know, have you tried this fragrance before? I actually hadn't heard anyone talk about that specific fragrance when I bought it, so I blind bought it, and now I'm speaking about it, so I'm hoping I am helping someone else out there. Is it a favorite out of the fragrance collection? Definitely not. Would I buy it again? Probably not. I'm not a fan of cheaper fragrances, like rosewoody fragrances. I'm really not. But it'll definitely get its use out of my fragrance. I definitely feel like it is a signature scent, so I could see myself wearing it to work a lot. So I definitely feel like that's where it's gonna get a lot of its use. Let me know what you think about these fragrances, this fragrance in particular. Do you like cheaper fragrances? Is that how you pronounce it? And any favorites in that specific scent family? Let me know. Are you trying also something new? Did you get something new this week? And what did you think about it? Until next time, bye.